Hi, I'm Cody Gibson, and I wanted to talk to you about one of the systems I've used for years and years called the 39-day guarantee. And sometimes maybe you've heard it called the 71-day guarantee. I'd like to deal with a couple of challenges that always come up when somebody looks at this. And I'll speak about it on stage, or I'll talk about it with somebody, or I'll teach it, or it'll show up like in Swift Hippo. And people always ask, like, how does it work? What does it mean? How do you do it? Like, what are the scripts and dialogues around it? And here's a few thoughts to begin with. Number one, it's really something that just about every agent on earth already offers at some level or in some fashion or sense. Though what I've learned is to take what most people do naturally, or most people do anyway, though they don't do a great job of marketing it. And so before you do anything with the 39 or 71-day guarantee, or however you choose to implement it, which is another one of the stories around it, I had done a 39-day guarantee, and somebody in my expansion business said, well, 39 days doesn't work real well in my market, and so I want to do 71-day. And I said, no problem. There's no magic to this. It could be the 45-day guarantee. Depending on how fast your market is or what's happening, it could be the 12-day guarantee. It could be the 9-day guarantee. So a couple of things. Number one, you use it the way you see fit. You use it how you would like to, and you adapt it and change it to make it yours. As a producer, I always think, how could I make it work? And I don't think how it won't work. Though I've heard people for years come back and say, well, that won't work in my market, or my broker won't allow it. And you know what? For that person, they're probably right. Though the truth is, you just need to ask the question, how do I make it work? What do I need to talk about with my brokerage or broker so that they understand it, so I can implement it? So here's what it means. At the end of the day, I'm sitting at somebody's home and I'm listing their house, right? Or they're in my office. And imagine giving a listing presentation, and we're going to use the example, the home is probably worth right at 500. Like, that's the peak of what the home is worth, right at 500,000. Though my seller goes, oh, you know, Cody, I want to just try for 525. I just want to try for 540, right? And I mean, that's a whole different script book, right? We can get into that at a different time. Though imagine, like, I've already used the guarantee. I've probably used it in my marketing somewhere. It's in my 8x8s and 12 directs. Maybe I've emailed it to them. It could possibly be in my pre-listing packet if you choose to use that. Or I've talked about it at the kitchen table that night or at my office. And so what I'll do is I'll say, and I like things that are printed. You could choose to use an iPad or a computer if you like, though the power of this is really with a piece of paper. So we call it a one sheet, like anything that fits on one sheet of paper. So anyway, so I'm with the seller, and they go, I really want to do 520. And we have the whole conversation about why that's a bad idea, why you don't start high and come down, like all the things you already know as a realtor, right? Like all those things. And so what I'll do is I'll say, well, if I really have to do it, and I still choose to take the listing, I still would like to have the listing. I'll touch I like 39. I'll touch the 39-day guarantee, and I'll pull it back, and I'll say, we can completely do that, though I'll need to remove this. Now, the 39-day guarantee looks like a commitment, and then the bottom is all the legalese, right? This is the stuff that you're going to show your brokerage house and make sure your broker's cool with it, or maybe he or she would like to change it or tweak it, and that's fine. The question is always, how do I use it, not can I use it? So that's the question, how, right? What does it need to say? So I'll pull it back and I'll say, I can't offer this at that price. At 500, I know that I can guarantee the listing. At 525, I mean, we'll see what happens, right? I just can't guarantee this. So all it says in the fine print is that I guarantee if you take my price, if we agree on a price, I'm telling you, I know the market so well that if we don't have a bona fide offer that you're willing to take by day 39, it basically means I'm wrong. It means I told you it was worth 500 and you trusted me, and here it is, day 39, no offer you've been willing to take. Basically, Cody was wrong. And what it means is I'm not going to charge you a listing commission. If it takes me 45 days to sell it or 95 days to sell it, I'm not charging you a listing side commission. Of course, the fine print says we're still going to pay the other agent. Somebody who's used this before came back to me and said what they did with the 39-day guarantee, their brokerage wouldn't allow them to do it. And so they offered something else at 39 days. Totally cool. Maybe paid staging. Maybe it went from X% down to X minus percent. Whatever it is right. Whatever it is yours, you choose. Now, for me, I've always offered the 39-day guarantee, or I list it for free. That's basically what it says, and that's how I use it. And I can count on one hand the amount of times in the years and years and years of doing this that I've had to do that, like on one hand. And you know what? I've been wrong. I've told somebody that home's worth 300 all day long and been wrong. And day 39 came and went and it didn't work. I've also told them it was worth 400 when it really was. And on day 12 or day 15, something else changed, right? Like the seller got real weird about showings or wasn't allowing it to be shown, like made it really, really hard. And you know what I did? I called the seller and just said, hey, you know what? I wanted to have a conversation about how things are going. How are they going for you? And they said, whatever. And I said, great. I'd really like communication and honesty. And I'm going to have to ask you, can you let me out of my 39-day guarantee? And they'll say, why? And I'll tell them, I'll say, well, because we've asked to show the home 21 times in 3 weeks, and you've allowed one showing because it was inconvenient or whatever. And so Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm totally cool. I'm fine. It's just that my hands are a little bit tied. There's no way. And you know what they said? They said, you know what? That totally makes sense. So what I can tell you is this: good communication back to your brokerage to get it approved, communication with your sellers. And I'll tell you, I use it to get in the door more often than not, because I'll offer a guarantee. I'll say, listen, I'm the only agent I know that's going to offer a written guarantee that if I'm right about the price and I choose to take the listing at a certain price, I'm going to guarantee it with my own money, meaning I won't get paid a listing side commission if I'm wrong. And again, years and years of doing it, I can count on one hand. I know it's happened twice. Trying to remember if it's happened a third time or not. I know it's happened twice. And you know what? I was just wrong. And I said, no problem. In my eyes, I didn't deserve the commission. So if you're watching this, it's because you've been given this piece of paper, or you've been given this PDF, or you've been given this Word document, or you've heard me speak about it, or maybe you're one of my Swift Hippo users and you're trying to figure out, like, how do I use this? And you might choose not to. You might hear me and go, Cody, that's a bunch of bunk. I don't like the idea. And that's totally cool. That's fine. Or maybe you hear the idea and you go, you know what? Here's how I'd use it. Great. The only thing I'd ask is this: if you totally change the 39-day guarantee, just let me know what you did with it. Not because you have to, though you might have an amazing idea I've never thought of. And I'd like to R&D from you too. So that's completely acceptable. So I hope that answers your questions. If it doesn't, or you'd like to know where to send a question, shoot me an email, codygibson@kw.com. Or if you've R&D'd it and made it cooler, or you've taken the graphics and made them better, oh my gosh, I'd love to see that. Shoot it to me at codygibson@kw.com. Remember, this is easy to use if you choose to make it easy. Don't overcomplicate this. By the way, most agents already offer it. Like I said, if you said, I know this home was worth 500 and I know I can sell it in 40 days, and they come back on day 40 and you were totally wrong, and they said, listen, I don't think you should get paid, and you were totally wrong, a lot of agents say, you know what, you're probably right. If you act out of integrity and you do what's right, you're going to be fine with this. And you know what? I hope you sell a lot of homes with it. I hope you set a lot of appointments with it. And I hope you help a lot of families with it. If I can help you, let me know. Cody Gibson at kw.com.